My dear friend, I brought you a gift, something you've wanted for a long time, your ultimate guide to successfully laying stone. Of course, you might think that anyone can lay stone. I mean, your Uncle Taman down at the cafe does it all the time. But allow me to tell you, you're wrong. Sure, lots of people have done a decent job, but no stonework hits the brain quite like the stonework of the ancient Egyptians. Those guys could walk straight out of the temple onto perfectly level ground. Dear viewer, the ancient Egyptians were way too obsessed with death. Take the Greeks, for example. What did they leave us? Theaters. They loved having fun. They'd finish praying at the temple, then head straight to the theater. The Romans? Total sharks. What survived from them are stadiums. Yes, they slaughtered each other in them, but hey, it was have fun entertainment. Slaves killing each other, young people enjoying themselves. So what did we inherit from the ancient Egyptians? A good reputation and a bunch of tombs. They left everything in life behind and put all their money and effort into building the grave. The traditional ancient Egyptian tomb looked like a mastaba, a pit in the ground where the dead person was buried, and above it, the mastaba. The mastaba worked like a gravestone. They'd write information about the deceased on it, who's buried here and when they died. But over time, the ancient Egyptians took things too far. The rich wanted nicer tombs than the poor, and people in power completely lost control of the situation. Real estate companies, but for the afterlife. The great architect Hassan Fathi believed that Egyptians are architects by nature. And to understand what he meant, you have to understand what an architect actually does. An architect doesn't just build walls. He designs the space between the walls. That's why the mastaba, or gravestone, could have been turned into a statue by an artist. But the Egyptians didn't do that. They turned the mastaba itself into a building. Spaces, rooms, layout. The mastaba became an apartment for the dead, a room for burial, and a room for visitors. They even put sofas inside, furniture, clothes, and slippers. Thank God this phase ended. Otherwise we'd be preparing apartments for marriage and apartments for burial. And the mother-in-law would say, her cousin has a 4-room tomb. Until Uncle Joseph said, no, this isn't enough. Joseph came after a difficult period, when Egypt was coming out of unrest, and a new era began, the Third Dynasty. Joseph wanted his tomb to be something stylish. And here appears Imhotep, advisor and architect. He built a massive mastaba, with an area of about 4,000 square meters. But Joseph still wasn't satisfied. So they added mastaba on top of mastaba, until we reached the Step Pyramid. And that was the first pyramid in Egypt, the tallest building in the world at the time, and the largest stone building in history.